Hey, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever and whenever you may be listening to us across the entire globe. It's Psychic Talk. That's right. The Tarot Guild, Psychic Cafe, and we're just hanging out and pulling some cards. And I'm lucky because Michelle is joining me today. How you doing, Michelle?
Good. How are you guys today?
Great, great. We're going to hang out and talk tarot, talk psychic stuff, numerology, all that kind of thing. We are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio through the Psychic Talk Network, and we've got let's see, there's a couple of callers already, Michelle. And
Nice.
let's give out that phone number, 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. All of our callers have done that, but if you're about to call in, as soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. Otherwise, we just assume you are listening to the show. You can certainly do it that way. And if you're listening to us through the radio, we're actually on camera. That's right. We're simulcasting on YouTube, on a YouTube Live, and we have a chat room open there. So if you want to jump in the chat, you can jump in the chat and talk with us. I'm trying to see, is anybody in there? Oh, Ellie's in there. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Happy Saturday. Happy Psychic Saturday. Mary and I used to always say Happy Psychic Saturday on our shows.
I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you can join us on the YouTube channel and get in the chat with us there, chat with each other. Maybe you can't call in the show. Well, you can hang out with us in the chat, and you can ask questions in there too. So if you have a burning question, just type the question in. Try to keep it like a 1 or 2 sentence thing. If you just want us to pull cards for you, maybe you want a message from the universe, let me know. Just put in there, hey, please pull a card for me. Otherwise, you can call into the show. Let's give that number again, 714-816-4628. Press 1 on your dial pad when you get through. You can also ask other stuff, and this is things that often people don't think about, is maybe you've got questions. You might have questions about the Tarot Guild, which is right here, thetarotguild.com. We've been the international organization for professional readers since 2004. That's right. What does that mean? 2014. That means 20 years. And then, of course, Psychic Talk. Maybe you have a question about that. Maybe you want to do a podcast this year in 2024. Maybe you want to join us on here. Maybe you want to be on YouTube. So all of that is possible, whether you want to join us on our channel, Psychic Talk, here on YouTube. By the way, like the video and subscribe. Hey, they cut the number of subscribers you need in order to monetize and everything down to 500, at least the beginning levels of it. We're at, I don't know, the high 300s. So we only need 100 something subscribers. And then we just need some more watch time. And then we can start doing things like super chats and things like that, But hey, we have our own super chat thing. You can go over to, where is it? Oh, there it is. You can go over here, Psychic Cafe /coffee, and you can buy Michelle and I a cup of coffee. That's right. So you just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe /coffee. Yeah, our new website is Psychic Cafe. It's not a .com, .net, like we're all used to .orgs and all that kind of stuff. It's a .cafe, which is perfect because we're Psychic Cafe. So it's www.psychic.cafe /coffee. If you want to grab Michelle and I a cup of coffee, we would love that. And there's something new that we're doing for 2024. And that's if right before, anytime before a scheduled show or even during the show, if you go there and buy us a cup of coffee and then pop in the chat and let us know, hey, I'm on area code 520 and I just bought you guys a cup of coffee. We will stop whatever we're doing. We'll go to your phone call. We'll bump it to the top of the list and we'll do your reading right then and there. So that's the secret way to jump to the top of the list. How about that, Michelle?
I think that is fantastic. And I think that as soon as someone jumps to the top of the list, we can take their call.
That's right. That's right. So we'll let some more callers get in there and some more things happening in the chat room. I see Nature's Friend just came in. Hi, Nature's Friend. Ellie in there, of
Hi,
course.
Nature's Friend.
And as they ask questions, we will just start taking the question. By the way, in the chat room, there's no list or anything. You just put your question in. And I think Nature's Friend has a question. Basically, we take them in the order that they are in the chat. So we'll try to get to as many as we can. We need to do the numerology and card of the day. I got my gold foil deck that I always use on the show, Michelle, but I think I'm being drawn to the Tarot Grand Lux by Chira Marchetti.
Oh, I like that one.
I don't know why. We're just gonna pull this out.
Right.
And I'm gonna do my cards of the day and everything with this. I don't know why. It's just like sometimes I just feel like, you know, doing something different. So we'll give it a little shuffle here. And these are the backs, by the way.
Ooh, beautiful.
And the cards are fancy, fancy, schmancy. I love this artwork. It's just unbelievable. And one of the cool things I like a lot about what's one of my favorite cards? Oh, here we go. So you see how the lantern and his hand kind of like pop out beyond the frame? It gives it a three-dimensional kind of look, Put that back in and shuffle. Okay. I love this deck a lot. What I love about the gold foil deck is that it's really slippery because this is actually PVC material, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Oh, that's the waterproof deck.
it's waterproof. It never loses its shape. It pops right back. See?
Wow.
And that's what's really cool. And it's slippery. So it slides on the other cards like you wouldn't believe. But what that allows you to do is shuffle really, really quick, which works great for, on-air readings and stuff. Here with these, with the cardstock decks, I'm struggling. I'm going along really slow, trying it, and cards are flying out and everything like that. Oh, by the way, I think I've got that queued up. Let me try here. Oh, yeah, here it is. There's the gold foil deck. Can you see the URL, Michelle?
Yes. Yes, I can.
And there's the Grand Lux deck. Yes, that's right.
Oh, nice.
I made up URLs so you could go and grab these decks if you want. So just open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/gold foil. And then for Chira Marchetti's Tarot Grand Lux deck, it's psychic.cafe/Lux. And Lux is spelled Luxe. Luxe. So it's psychic.cafe/Lux. Oh my gosh. I love our new website URL.
I do too.
It's so much shorter than thetarotguild.com or even psychictalk.net, our other two websites. This is fun. We're having way too much fun for 2024. Hey, when I was trying to show you guys buy the cup of coffee, for a second there, I had the 14th anniversary one up. So I'm just going to pop that up now, Michelle, and tell people because they've already seen it. The cat's
Yes.
out of the bag. And
Yep.
so, yeah, let's let everybody know, especially because we were just talking about www.psychic.cafe, what that's all about. It's our new community website for the Tarot Guild and for Psychic Talk. Now, as I said, the Tarot Guild is having its 20th anniversary. That's not till October, though. We got plenty of time to get ready for it, right? The big 2-0. So that's going to be October 31st, Halloween this year. But coming up next Saturday, are you ready for this?
Mhm.
January 20th, it's the 14th anniversary of the Tarot Guild going online. So I feel like I should say bless you. Anyway, coughing over there. Yeah, take a little sip of the coffee or the hot chocolate. I got my coffee here. Um, so folks, join us for sure. Mark it on your
Excuse
calendar
me.
next Saturday. It's also my mom's birthday,
Oh,
January
happy birthday.
20th. Yes, it's going to be the 14th anniversary of our very first Tarot Guild website when we first went online. Now, the Tarot Guild had been around since 2004, so for 6 years already. Okay, and but we launched on January 20th officially the website and got online, went international because we were just in San Diego at the time. And Ellie, I think Ellie's in San Diego. And gosh, I wish I had met her like 20 some years ago when I was in San Diego, and we had these tarot meetups. Anyway, the other thing is it's also the 14th anniversary of the broadcast of our very first episode of our very first show, Tarot Today, January 20th, 2010.
Mm.
And it's the 14th anniversary of that as well. If that's not enough, it's also the 1000th episode of Psychic Talk. Holy
Wow.
cow. So we're gonna have the
Lots to
whole
celebrate.
we're gonna have the whole staff there. I know Michelle's gonna be there.
I'll be
We've
there.
asked Catherine and Charlotte, Corby Mitlide, Ellie's coming. I hope Ellie's coming. Are you coming, Ellie? Let us know in the chat. Pamela Steele, Maria Moss, Sharona Rapsic, Janice Fuchs, and also some of our past hosts are going to be joining us as well, Michelle. I asked some of them, and a lot of them responded already, and they're going to be joining us there. Are you ready for this? Vivian Aubin, who used to be
Mm.
one of our hosts with Rose Fullhorst on our Tuesday Medium show. They're going to be the power of three. Oh my God. It's
Ooh.
been years. It's been years. It's been 5 years.
Oh,
Anyway, Vivian and Rose Fullhorst, Dr. Rose Wilkerson will be joining us.
oh, nice.
Let's see who else. Oh, Suzanne Warnett from Tarot Insider. I did the show Tarot
Mm.
Insider with Suzanne. She's in the United Kingdom. She'll be joining us.
Wow. All right.
Deborah Few, Deborah Frew. I can never spell her, pronounce her name right there. Frew, Deborah Frew. Deborah's gonna kill me. Deb is going to be joining us as well. I mean, this is just going to be absolutely, like fantastic. I can't wait for
Mhm.
this. Great stuff. Great stuff. So, January 13th, obviously 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. It's a 4-day. It's structure. If you add the entire date, the one from January 13 and 2024, which is an 8 energy, it's world year of 8, abundance, prosperity this year, folks. Oh my God. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the show. But
Mm.
that adds up to a 4 also. So it's all 4 energies. It's all about structure. And I don't know for any of you that, and Michelle, I know you watch the shows all the time.
Mhm.
For any of you that have been following along and listening, structure's been coming up a lot lately. Do you notice that?
Mhm. It has a lot. Yeah.
And that's because we're going into this new year. Doesn't happen every new year, but there's a whole lot of energy around. People are glad we're out of 2023. Of course, I say this every
Yes.
year, but last year was hard for a lot of people, and they're ready for new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to be prosperous and abundant, and that's what this year is all about. But you have to set the right foundation. In fact, 8, which is abundance, is what? 4 plus 4, structure
Yep.
plus structure.
Double structure.
Yes. So it's actually the penultimate structure. Whereas when you get to 4, you go through the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is one individual single. 2, that's when you have
That's
two ones
duality.
come together and find each
Mm-hmm.
other, so relationships. The 2 get together and create something. That's the 3 energy, creativity, communication. 4 is what they create. 4 is the manifestation. But people can get stuck there and not move to the higher numbers. So
Right.
5 is that chaos, high energy that breaks you free of the 4 so that you can move on to the higher numbers. 6 is a return to balance and harmony. You have 3 and 3, so that's when it gets balanced out again. You notice 5's not balanced. It's 2 and
Right.
3, 1 and 4. Certain numbers are balanced. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
2 is balanced, 1 and 1. 4 is balanced, 2 and 2, but then 5 is not, and that's what you actually need to pull you out of the false structure. It's not really false, but that's kind of how I describe it. It's where you
Oh,
think you've arrived, Michelle, but you haven't. Eight
like
is
an
eight's when you
illusionary.
arrive, right?
Yes.
So 6 is that balance and harmony. It's nurturing. It's the nurturing energy. 7 is the seeker energy. That's like doing the
Mhm.
research and all that kind of thing like that. And asking the big questions. Why does the universe exist? Why am I here? What's my purpose? Um, Also, things like genealogy charts and researching
Mhm.
projects, all that kind of thing. And then in 8 is when we manifest. It's the ultimate, abundance. 9 is the end of the cycle, and then we start it all over again. So 9 is when you go, okay, let's reassess what worked, what didn't work, what can I let go of. It's also the philanthropy number. It's the um Mother Teresa number.
Hmm. Okay.
So it's like, okay, I finally gotten to the 8 where I've acquired abundance. Now what can I give back to everybody else?
Right. What
Right?
can I return?
Yes. So that's why we're feeling it, and it's showing up a lot, this 4 structure energy, because you have to set the foundation for the abundance and everything like that. So let me pull some cards from the Grand Lux deck and cards of the day, see what's going on here. Okay, so right off the bat, we get the 7 of Cups. And there's a lot of choices going on with the 7 of Cups. It's cups, so it's emotions, right? And there's sometimes there's a lot of confusion with this. There's too many choices. Um Sometimes there is, I'm trying to think of the word for it, Michelle, like fantasy, and
Mm,
this card, the way Chiro did it does look like fantasy. You got the
it
fantasy
does.
castle in
Mhm.
the background, and yeah, I think that's what it's talking about, is to be careful about that, and also choices. And the feeling I'm getting from this is really, it does fit in with the card, but it's a little bit different, Michelle. It's like what I'm getting is um setting up this foundation that we were talking about. It's like I'm seeing to-do lists and things like
Mm,
that, so you have all this stuff you need to get done, lots and lots of things, and you don't know where to start. And in the Waite Smith version of this card, there's the shadowy figure, and it's kind of like this, with the hands up, and it's like they're lost, what which do I pick, but in this case it's like, what do I start first, right? So I think the message that's coming through for that is I'm getting let's see, let me pull another card. Oh, High Priestess.
Mm.
Yeah. Listen to your gut instinct on this and focus on one thing at a time. And the first thing that your gut says, yes, that's the thing that you want to do. Also, switch to schedule lists instead of to-do lists. What I mean about that is this is what people do in the beginning of this is what people do all year long. But in the beginning of the year when they're going to start, and they go, okay, these are all the things I need to
Yeah.
do. Getting that all down on paper is fine, but it actually makes it more difficult because there's no time constraints. When you set goals, you need to set clearly specific what you're doing and time constraints. I'm going to have X done by X time, right? And usually we apply that to big goals, but all these steps are actually mini goals leading to the big goal. Like for the new website, Psychic Cafe, you should see my to-do list. All there's pages need to get built. There's coding that needs to get done. There's widgets that need to be added and all kinds. It's mostly up there and running. In fact, you guys can go and join it now. It's like Facebook for tarot and numerology and astrology and everything psychic, mediumship, animal communication. Psychic.cafe. It's free to join. Just go over there, click the green button, and sign up. Also, there's all the social media buttons. You can just click Facebook or click Twitter or Instagram or whatever and join psychic.cafe. So it's not 100% yet, but 90% of all the functionality is there. You can friend people, you can message each other, you can create groups. I mean, lots of stuff. So just put that out there. We'll be talking about Psychic Cafe more in depth on next Saturday's show for the
Mm-hmm.
anniversary. Because just like it's the 14th anniversary of the launch of our very first Tarot Guild website, it'll be the official launch of Psychic Cafe. So instead of doing those to-do lists, though, which I got a super long one, and I'm going to use this advice too. Compartmentalize the things you need to do within a time constraint. So basically, you have this thing and you're going to go Monday. That's it. I'm not checking social media. I'm not looking at my to-do list and all the other things that need to be done. I'm doing this one big chunk that needs to get done. Or maybe it's not the entire day. Maybe it's like, okay, I'm going to take the morning, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., noon. And for those 5-6 hours, I am just doing this one thing. And then in the afternoon, for the next 4, 5, 6 hours, I'm doing this next thing. Try that out. That's the message that I'm getting. So what about you, Michelle? Are you going to pull us some cards?
Yeah.
What is the advice, or what are you getting for the card of the day here?
Well, and I am using my vice versa deck.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you what deck you were using.
This is, I don't know. Let's see here. Vice versa.
Oh, there we go. We can see it. Oh, that's neat. Okay.
I love this deck, and this is by, I cannot
I
remember.
never heard of it.
This one is by, yeah, it's an Italian name. And without my glasses, I cannot read it, but I know it's done in Italy by Scarabo.
Lo Scarbeo.
Yes, Lo Scarabo. Shame on me, I'm Italian.
Exactly. Me too. Part Italian anyway.
Okay, so I have the King of Cups, and he is facing backwards.
Oh.
I don't know how well you can see that. I know my
I can
camera.
yeah, I can see it. Tilt down a little bit. There was some glare. Yeah, that works.
There we go. And
Nice, nice.
what I like about this deck is it shows you the front. Like this is the front of the card. Here we go.
Oh, so the
And then
regular
it
front and then the other side.
is the vice versa side.
That is so cool. Oh my God.
So with the King of Cups, you know, the king is very authoritative,
Mhm.
very take action. And so I think that goes along with what you were saying because he is taking action. But watch what's going on behind you and not just in front of you because there are things going on in the background that you may need to really pay attention to. Because sometimes when you're looking only forward, your perspective can be off
Mm,
and you're letting emotions overrun your thoughts. And
gotcha.
sometimes your emotions can be tricky. And then the next card I drew is the Knight of Wands. And he is also facing the backwards. And I really like this because his wand is all
Mm,
fire.
yeah.
And then here's his front side.
Oh, it figures this is a low Scarbeo deck because they did another deck where basically they have a version of Rider-Waite-Smith, the
Yes.
Universal Tarot, and then they did the reverse of it. And I
Oh, goodness.
can't remember what it's called. So it's got a regular card back on the back, but the image is if you were looking like the magician. We look at the magician, it's from the perspective of the magician looking out, or like behind the
Right.
magician, what you
Right.
wouldn't
What you're
see.
missing behind you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really cool.
And
I
that's
think I want to say um I gotta look at the go ahead. I gotta look at one of the cards real quick here. Go ahead.
but that's what I like about this in particular card as well with the Knight of Wands because we all know wands, fire, action,
Mm-hmm.
moving forward, moving out of that number 4, going into the next stage. But just watch out for the fire that's behind you because there's no fire in front of him, but there's fire behind him. So when you're taking action, when you're moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
be careful what you're leaving behind. Don't burn too many bridges.
Ah, okay. Good message for today. So I was trying to dig out the Queen of Swords because what
Ooh.
what I remember from that deck, and I may be completely wrong, but if any of you have that Low Scarbeo deck, which shows the opposite side of the Queen looking out, one of the things that's often said about her is that she's a widower.
Hmm.
And in the Low Scarbeo deck, where you see it from looking the opposite direction, you see in the slight distance a coffin being carried. So it kind of like answers that question about the Queen of Swords once and for all, whether or not she's a widower. That's funny. A widow. Sorry. A widow.
Interesting.
Interesting. Hey,
Very.
let's check the phone lines and see how we're doing. Give us a call 714-816-4628 and press the number 1 on your dial pad as soon as you get through. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got people calling in, so we're going to be
All
going to
right.
Going to these phone lines here in just a second. Let me check the chat. There's a question from Nature's Friend. Will my Gemini person and I reconcile? Okay, let's pull some cards on that real quick.
Okay.
Gonna pull a card. Okay, so right off the bat, I get the Seven of Swords. It's not looking really great. And, here's somebody trying to get away with something. So I don't know if that's part of the situation with your Gemini person there, Nature's Friend. However, the very next card is 10 of Cups. So I'm getting the distinct impression that it can happen. You can reconcile, but you can't have any mysteries going on here. No stuff behind the back kind of thing, no secrets. You need to, bring all the secrets out into the light of day. Notice how, we're in like a gray corridor, it's that shadow colors and things like that, in this card, bright fireplace, bright light. That's the distinction. What are you getting?
No, I have the Two of Pentacles.
Mm.
Which is a pretty good card. I see a pattern of duality. I see companionship. So I do see that it could actually take place. But with that card is this one here. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the King of Pentacles. Which tells me that there's some worldly, no, not worldly. There's some physical, materialistic issues that you will need to deal with. Things you'll have to go through, maybe work on, not necessarily, saying counseling or budgeting or anything like that, but things that you will have to come together with and talk with your friend, your partner, and really decide, is this something we're going to be able to work out? You're really going to have to use your communication skills and just really find out together if this is going to work.
Gotcha.
I see pentacles. I see a lot of pentacles, which tells me there's a lot of materialistic items going on between you two. And I don't know if it's finances, or I don't know if it's materialistic items, but there's something between you in the materialistic realm that you two are having a really hard time dealing with. And that's what you have to work on.
Yeah, I really do like that deck. The deck that I was thinking of, which it's gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, we started taking that deck and the Los Scarbeo Universal and put them together. And then what happened was we would take the regular cards as uprights, and the others were like reversals or the opposite, because it was looking the opposite direction. And that's how we made a 156 card deck that it, to us, this is back way back 20 years in San Diego. To us, that made more sense than using actual reversals, which are a forced technique. You have to force reversals, because like I shuffle my cards all day long and never get a reversal ever, and that's because I shuffle them upright the way they're supposed to be shuffled. Also, to me, They are mini masterpieces. They are mini, like pictures, like on a wall. And any
Mm-hmm.
artist will tell you if you have their picture upside down. It's like it's not meant to be
Exactly.
looked at that way. So if you're wanting to have some like other side of the perspective, it makes so much sense to use two decks. Another way you can do it is get
Mm-hmm.
two identical, like say Waite-Smith decks with the white borders,
Right.
and then color the borders a different color on one
Yes.
deck. And then
Mm-hmm.
that way the white ones are meant to be the upright, and the other colored borders would be the other,
And
either
I and the reason I like
reversals or
it,
however.
right. And the reason I like the vice versa
Mm-hmm.
is because it's like looking at it instead of in a reversal from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And that one, you don't have to worry about the cards flipping. In fact, you want them to flip. So
Oh,
you would
right.
like put them down on a spread cloth and be flipping them all over the place. And then you'll get some facing one way, some facing, the other
Right.
way. In the chat, right away, I just have to stop for a second and say Vivian Aubin is in the chat from Canada, that far away, foreign country to the north. It's like Kenyatta. It's so distant away. Anyway, but Vivian's going to be joining us hopefully next Saturday if she's
Oh,
free
good.
for the anniversary. Ellie, the Moonchild, she says, how about the After Tarot by Corrine Kenner? I think I know the one you're talking about, Ellie, and that's it's close, but I think that deck, and I would have to look at it again, but I think the After Tarot was after, versus what I'm talking about with the Los Scarbeo deck. It was just taking the camera from where it is now. Okay, so like um here, we'll take the strength card here. So the camera is facing the strength card, and then you would take the camera because it's pointing this way, and come all the way around behind her. And what would the scene be with the camera behind her looking the other direction? Same thing with the Queen of Swords I just showed you. And the Magician, that's a really good one. I think there's you find out that behind the table and near the Magician is like a little monkey that you can't see from the front perspective. So yeah, it's I don't think it's the After Tarot. I think that's a different deck, but great guess there though. um Nancy Brothers is in the chat as well, has a question. What do I need to know about approval of the dopamine pump? I didn't even know they had pumps for dopamine. I knew they had them for insulin. That's very
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Let's pull some cards on that, and then we're going to take phone calls. Hey, what's
Oh,
going on? We have area code 860. We have area code 780. We've got a call with no area code. We got 203, 208, 307. So, hey, folks, get ready because we're going to come to the phone lines. And often when we jump to phones, the callers aren't ready. They've, slipped off or gone somewhere, had to run to the restroom, what have you. And so we miss their call, or we got to come back to their call. That's what we usually do. We don't hang up on them. We put them back on hold and try to come back to them. So get ready now. We're coming to the phone lines. Okay. So what am I getting here? All right off the bat, Ace of Swords. I mean,
ooh.
that's all you need. Are you going to get the dopamine pump? Is it going to be approved and so forth? Yeah, I think that's true. Page of Coins. There's still going to be some, logistics about this, I feel. Monetary wise, the whole logistics of the whole thing. But ultimately, so maybe a little bit of a delay or something like that, but that's why we're also getting the strength card. hold on to that. Basically, it's saying, you got to have the inner strength, you got to have the determination on this, and also the willingness to, persevere and wait a little bit for the approval. Okay. Plus, it's an 8 card. See, 8 is abundance. That's right. What are you getting?
All right. So I have the Queen of Wands. Boy, I am really pulling the wands today.
Hmm.
And this is out of I used a different deck. This is my Witch's Tarot.
Okay.
So
Those look smaller, which fit in
they
your hand better.
are. They do. They really
Mm.
just fit nicely into my palm. I can shuffle these so much nicer.
Mm.
So the Queen of Wands, whoops, to me, wands again is fire,
Mm-hmm.
which is action. So I would say yes. Queens are queens are silent. They're not always silent. That's not necessarily true.
Oh yeah, especially the Queen of Swords.
That's true. That's very true. But the Queen of Wands, she is very much, she is an action girl, but she will take you by surprise.
Mm.
I love the Queen of Wands. Um, and to me, she is saying, yes, you can accomplish this. And
That's
then
exactly what I was getting. Yeah.
but I'm also getting the Hermit,
Mm. Oh, that's a
which is,
nice hermit too. I like that one.
I really love him. And he is really saying, before you really go into this, make sure you have searched and studied and you know all you need to know about this and you are prepared. Make sure that you have all the information you need before you completely 100% jump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, in the chat room, Nancy says, once approved, I'm at the top of the list. And
Oh,
thanks for your clarity.
nice. So, yes, just make sure you are 100% ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see a yes with that.
Yep. Yep. Well, Danny has a question in there, but we're going to phone lines right now, Danny. We'll come back to your question. So hang out there in the chat. If anybody else has a question that's in the chat watching live, go ahead and pop it into the chat for us. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna pop some URLs in there for everybody. Hold on just a second. Bring up the cafe website. I'm gonna grab that gold foil co link. Yeah, link. I'm gonna pop that link in there. And then the Lux. I'm gonna pop
I'm
the
going to get both of those decks.
I'm gonna pop the Lux code in there. I keep saying code, it's a link. Okay. Um Here's the other thing before we move on is, we do these quick little mini sessions with you, but if you want something more private, maybe you don't want your dirty laundry aired across everywhere, and you want a longer session, you can go over to my page and go over to Michelle's page. And Michelle, I got that set up this morning. I got your URL there. It is psychic.cafe
Nice.
/ Michelle. You can pop over there. And by the way, this is how the website works. It's like Facebook. So before you message somebody on Facebook, you have to join Facebook, right? So go over to psychic.cafe, www.psychic.cafe. You don't need the www, but go over there and join up. It's free. And then you can go to Michelle's page, and now when you're logged in, see, you're going to see a link. It's more like a button. Looks like an envelope
Yep.
that you can click. Oh, you can also go to the top of any page and click on messages and then click new message, type in anybody's name. So you can start typing in Michelle and she'll come up, and you click on her and you can send her a message. It's so cool.
It is.
It's like Facebook for psychic and tarot, numerology and everything. It's like, but without all the negative stuff, right? But
Right.
we're gonna have groups, and you can post your own events, groups, uh, communicate with each other. You can have your own profile. We can help you set up like buy buttons and things like that if you sell readings. You know what's really cool about it is, I mean, if you're just getting started out in tarot, or maybe you're going to become a psychic advisor, psychic medium, astrologer, numerologist, all of you can join us on Psychic Cafe. And if you don't have a website yet, or you don't have the time right now, or you don't have the money right now to, have like, michellemetheny.com kind of thing as an example, you don't need it. You could have your own mini website right on Psychic Cafe. And by the way, we're also going to have a reading network as well, a psychic advisor network. So you're going to be able to pop on there. And unlike other networks like California Psychics, Keen, Aranum, God, there's so many. I can't think of them all. Um, they they all take a pretty hefty percentage,
Mhm.
sometimes 40, 50%, sometimes 60%. I mean, the reader is only getting a small portion. I don't think it's a huge deal, only because you can set your rates on most of those platforms for what you want. So as long as you're getting paid enough for what you want, if the platform makes money, who cares, right? Right. But it's always, I don't know, it's always bothered me, Michelle. So I've always had my own website and my own way of
Right.
clients getting readings with me. But then we started the Tarot Guild, and then we went online in 2010, and I moved myself onto the platform as well. Because why not be a
Right.
big website where there's lots of people and lots of traffic and lots of people coming in, and we can all promote Psychic Cafe and get everybody going there, and then we all,
Yes.
like a rising tide lifts all boats. So
Exactly.
that's the idea. That's the idea behind it. But with our network, it's going to be, I think, in the 15% range, something like
Hmm.
that. Depends on, we're using a platform, but we found like the least expensive one we could find, and then we're tacking on as very little as we can,
Right. Right.
as far as our platform,
Yeah.
but we need to advertise and promote you guys. So we need, a little bit, but not 50, 60%, 40%.
Right.
We're talking 15, 20.
Yeah.
So, our advisors will get 85%, 80. So if you're a
And
professional,
that's fair. Yeah.
yeah, if you're looking for a platform where you can call home, and you don't want, you know, maybe you have the same druthers that I do about the other sites, you know, it's like, this is like getting in on Aranum or California Psychics or uh, Keen. There's one that's evading my mind, and actually one of our Tarot Guild members owns it, and I can't think of the name of it. It's horrible. Anyway, but
I'm
it's like
not
getting in
sure.
on it's like getting in on the ground floor of one of those platforms when they were just starting out, so
Right.
it's kind of pretty cool.
Yeah. It
Yep,
is.
absolutely. So let's see what's going on here. Do, 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 do. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Pop mine up there. There we go.
Oh,
Psyche.cafe/Dax. And so give me just a second, and I'm going to grab these URLs
okay.
and pop them in the chat for everybody in there. So there you go. You can go to my page, and then let me grab Michelle's. Oh, I love how the URLs are so much shorter with the numerals.
Mm.
Oh, God, this is godsend kind of thing. psychic.cafe/Michelle, psychic.cafe/Dax. Go over and chat with us. Join the website and message us through the website. And both Michelle and I both do numerology.
Mhm.
Yep. So I'll just leave the URLs up there for a little longer. We're going to pop over to the phone lines. Let's see who's been waiting the longest over here. 860. Caller 860. Are you there?
Yep. Hi, how are you?
Oh,
Happy
doing
New Year.
good. Happy New Year.
Happy
What's your
New Year.
name? What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Amala.
Amala?
Yes.
Where are you calling in from?
Connecticut.
And it's cold there, I bet.
It is.
Woo!
We have a lot of flooding situations, and we have snow in the forecast and this
Oh my
week,
gosh.
and
We
it's in the
actually
20s
got a little
this
bit of
week. Yeah.
snow. I mean, nothing
Yeah.
even laying. It was floating through the air, though. Here in Tucson, Arizona, of all places, in the desert. Yes. We're actually been getting
Wow.
freezing temperatures. So we've had to like run the
Wow.
water so it wouldn't freeze the pipe. The pipes wouldn't freeze up.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Desert, we got into the 26, 24 degrees, 28 degrees, a lot of days in the 30s. And then when you that's in overnight and in the morning, and then in the afternoons we've been hitting the 50s, some 40 high 40s, but mostly in the 50s. This week we're supposed to finally get back into the 60s and maybe even some 70 days,
Oh, wow.
but still cold at night, still in the 30s or 40s. I went out and it was only
Yeah,
it
that's
wasn't
cold.
it wasn't super cold yet. It was only like 41 degrees, but it felt really cold, really cold.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Yeah.
I lost your
Yeah.
camera, Michelle.
Oops.
Where'd it go? Oh,
Oh,
there
I'm
you are.
right.
Yeah, we lost you for a second there. So what do you want to chat about, Amala? What's going on?
Oh, so yes. I can go. Can I go into the question?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, okay, sure. So basically, I've been meeting people here and there, but not necessarily Mr. Right for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering, like, the rest of January, February, or whatever you've got with, like, somebody might be coming in
Let's take a look.
relationship wise. Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Michelle.
oh my. Oh gosh. I'm still trying. I'm still Oh, okay, I'm just gonna stop there. Amala, and for all the budding tarot readers out there, my thing on relationship type readings is I just start pulling cards. And I'm just laying them out in a line. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for court
Okay.
cards. I'm looking for somebody coming in. Unless sometimes the question is about a relationship you're already in. But if you're asking about, hey, things haven't been happening, what's going to happen in 2024? So I start to take a look. Well, I'm laying the cards out and I'm not finding any court cards. And so I decided to just stop right there, Amala, because something's going on. Something's going on. Okay.
Oh,
So let's go back to the
okay.
early what first cards that showed up to give us a little clue. And okay, so the first card I got was the Magician. And whenever the Magician shows up for me, it's letting me know that the client, the caller, what have you, they are in control, even if they don't realize it.
Oh,
So as far as manifesting this, making this happen in
yep.
2024, especially in the beginning of 2024, you got to take the
Okay.
reins and you have to manifest it yourself. Now, as I said, I was laying out, and by the way, the more cards I lay out, and as I lay them off to my right, we're going into the future. So as things are now, nothing's going to break free till at least spring, at least maybe summer, unless you take action.
Okay.
So let's see, what can
Got
we
it.
what can we do here as far as what's the advice from the tarot? Okay, the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is simultaneously talking about this delay, right? But also the Hanged Man
Yeah.
hangs himself upside down to look at the world 180 degrees upside down from the rest of us. In other words, a completely different perspective. This is one of those thinking outside of the box cards. Okay, so you know,
Right.
the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Einstein.
Right.
So obviously, whatever you're doing is not getting the job done. So you need to start taking a big step back from the whole thing, look at what you've done, what you've not done, what you could do. You want to make a different choice. Hold on a second here. Oh, and the card of the day showed up. Look at that. 7 of Cups. And what is that about again? All them choices. And there may even be a little fantasy element to this. When this card comes up in this kind of a thing with someone asking about this particular kind of question, often what that's talking about is you have a fantasy ideal which may be blocking the universe from actually manifesting what you really need. The other angle to this, the other advice coming from this 7 of Cups cards is I want you to get more crystal clear about it, focus in on exactly what you want in a person for a relationship, and then think outside the box. Where would that person be that I'm not? And go there.
Yeah.
Do
That's
things
funny.
that you
Yes.
haven't done
Okay.
before. It's like, well, it'd be really cool to, maybe not an in-depth relationship, but I just want to have someone to hang out with and date that is into poetry. Okay, so I'm going to go on
Yeah.
meetup.com, put my city in, and find all the meetups about poetry readings and poetry. Or I'm going to go online and search my local area and where are there open mic nights and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just going to start doing that. Is totally off the top of my head. It's not I'm just trying to give an example here
Yeah.
of what to do. But let's see what Michelle's got. She might have some really cool advice too.
Well,
Thanks, Jax. Yeah.
I think you may have stolen my reading.
Oh, I
No.
love it when that happens. That means we're in sync. It's
So
synchronicity in action.
I have 4 cards, and the first 2 are the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles,
Mm-hmm.
which you're searching for a partner, obviously, but there's choices to be made. There's some decisions to be made.
Okay.
And so that's what these 2 cards are about, is choices, decisions, what you're looking for.
Is that meaning
looking for?
okay? Is that meaning choices between 2 people, or just my particular journey of choices to be made?
I believe this is your particular journey.
Okay.
Because I do have a court card, and there is only one court card, and it is the King of Wands again.
You fire energy. You're on that fire roll. What is fire? Aries.
Aries. Oh goodness, I can't remember the other 2 all of a sudden.
Leo.
Yeah, I'm not
an
an astrologer, so I always tell people
I'm a Sag.
I refuse to memorize that stuff. Actually, you know what I have a cheat sheet for that because I refuse to memorize.
Right? Yes. And so I do see that there is somebody. And then I have the Fool, which means there's you. But you have to make these decisions to make this journey. And the Fool, it is spring or summer where he is starting. on his journey.
Ah.
You can see the clouds are behind him. It's a beautiful day. This is why I say he stole my reading. And so I do see that after you make some decisions, after you really look at what you are looking for, what's going to benefit you, you could find your potential person. You just have to take that step in that journey and work on you
Right.
and find
And
what
trust.
you're looking for.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I really feel, and when you just said that, I feel faith and trust is important too. Trust the process. You know, yeah, it makes sense. Thank you. This is beautiful. I'll keep
Cool.
you posted.
Thanks for the call.
Thank
Let us
you.
know. Yeah. We will
Thank you
be
so
here.
much. Happy New Year to you both. Happy
Happy New
24.
Year.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I
Yay.
want to tell you guys about the shows real quick. Um, th- there's no show tomorrow. Well, there wasn't a show because Magic Universe is on hiatus right now. Sharona Rapsik is taking a winter break. But you know what? Hey, I'm going to jump on the air tomorrow anyway. And
Yay.
yeah, and any of our hosts or lifetime members or anybody in the guild, you know, that wants to jump on the air with me is more than welcome. Michelle, if you want to come back again tomorrow, you can. I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know if you got an hour free or 2 hours free there, but
Absolutely.
why not pop on Sunday with me? So we're going to be back tomorrow. And by the way, leading up to our 1000th episode, I calculated it out. And, you know, I have no idea how we landed where the 1000th episode, you know, shows up on the 14th anniversary. But in order to do that, I have to do a show every single day. Plus,
Wow.
plus Catherine's show on Friday, right? So Catherine has her show next Friday, and then I'm going to do a show every day. So I'm going to be here every day through this week, which is really cool. Like, you know,
Yes.
if you do a reading with us here and then something happens, now you can call back like within the same week, not wait for Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, this is something I want to start doing for 2024 is do a lot more show. Maybe it won't be every day, but it would be cool if it was. You know, I used to say our Saturday show was tarot today, and I was like, well, if it's tarot today, shouldn't be every day tarot. You know what I mean? Anyway, but the other main thing is when you join the Tarot Guild, either as an annual member or a lifetime member, that's part of the deal is that you get to come on shows as a guest. So with having shows all week long, we have an opportunity for people to pop in. And then plus we can do some evening shows if you're not available during the day, things like that, you know. So yeah, if you're in the Tarot Guild, one of our members, annual member or lifetime member, contact me. And you can do it through the new website. Go over to psychic.cafe. Might as well get signed up there, right?
Yep.
Go to psychic.cafe, get signed up, get your own profile. And then when you go to my page, psychic.cafe/Dax, you'll be able to message me right from the page. Say, hey, I'm so and so, annual member, we call that premium member or lifetime member. And we'll get you all set up. You know, let us know you want to do a show with us. You can pop on anytime you want. Okay. So, speaking of that, let me pop back over here again. You know, 1000th episode coming up next Saturday. You can grab us a cup of coffee. Grab me and Michelle a cup of coffee. It's our tip jar. Go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. So if you got a great reading, or maybe you're just enjoying listening to the show, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and grab us a cup of coffee over there. The New Year's sale, you know, we did this for the holidays, you know, through Christmas and everything. But we decided to continue it at the beginning of the year here, get everybody the opportunity to become a lifetime member because the lifetime membership is going away. And what I mean about that is it won't be available for a long time. You know, we might drag it out for, I don't know, a day or two around Black Friday, you know, or we might wait till 2025. I don't know. It's a fantastic deal. It's usually $297, but
Mm.
you're paid up for life. So instead of paying $47 a year, so much a month, you know, every year, you know, like 10 years go by, that's $470 your membership in the guild. But you can pay $297 and be in the guild for the rest of your life. And what that also includes, that the premium annual or monthly membership does not include, is it includes my course, Tarot by the Numbers, which is a $297 course.
Mhm.
So if you're looking to learn tarot and numerology, you learn both in that course. If you're already a professional reader, your certification is normally 2 payments of $67 or a single payment of $124 per level. As a premium member, as a lifetime member, it's included. So lots of great stuff like that, but you get all the other benefits of the premium membership, all of our workshops, classes, panel discussions, Q&As all year long, and all the other goodies, you know, like joining us on the shows, getting interviewed. We'll do video interviews with you, post it on YouTube and put it out all over the web and everything like that. Plus you get your custom page on psychic.cafe for your business. That's right. And it's only one payment of $78 right now. 75% off that $297. No, you're not going to pay $297. It's $78, the number of cards in the tarot deck. $78 for life. And this is going away when this sale goes away. Probably the end of the month. It'll probably go through January. So go over to psychic.cafe/New Year, or if you just go to the website, I have the post for the lifetime membership, the New Year sale. The post is pinned to the top of our community page. You just go to psychic.cafe and it's right there. Also, on that same New Year's sale page, my readings are half price, 50% off. So instead of $99.99, it's $49.99 to get a reading with me, and numerology. You get your numerology report and everything included in that. You do numerology too, right?
I do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You went through our course.
I did.
That's what I thought. I had to ask though, because with thousands of students, it's hard for me to remember. Wait, who went through the?
Right.
I I think it's I think it's Charlotte. Charlotte, let me know. She's in the course, but I don't think she's gotten through the whole thing yet. Something like that. And then just real quick here, I want to mention Compassionate Light. You know, I said Friday, right
Mm-hmm.
before our anniversary show. What Catherine's doing is 2024, a year of abundance and infinite possibilities. And she's going to be talking about two topics, actually, because she had to postpone this past Friday, yesterday. So we're going to do two. We're going to do Don't Get Caught Up in Labels and Walk a Mile in Another's Shoes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So she'll be on this Friday. I may also pop on and do a show like earlier, like way early in the morning. Uh,
Okay.
and that's to get our quota in so that we actually hit that 1,000th mark on Saturday. And then on Sunday, after the anniversary show, I'll actually be on with Maria G. Moss on her show, The Angelic View. I'm the guest co-host. The
Oh,
first and
good.
third Sundays of the month. First and third Sundays of the month. Can't wait for that. We are having a lot of fun, and a lot of the hosts are really getting into the Psychic Cafe, and doing new like new profile pictures and stuff like that. I did up this new banner for her, and this is her new profile picture, the image of Maria right there.
I love this one. It
I
is
love
really
how she has her hair and everything, and
nice.
and that gold jacket and blouse and
Yes,
outfit she's got on, it's so angelic. I mean, it
it
fits in
is.
fits in with her show and everything. Anyway, so that's just what's going on at the network. Remember, so Tarot Today is on hiatus. That's why I called today's show just Psychic Talk. And that's because my co-host can no longer do the show right now. She also was vice president of the Tarot Guild and had to step down. That's Mary Brown. She had a lot of family issues that she's
Right.
taking care of. So that's what's going on with that. Don't know when or if she may be able to come back. It doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there. So what we did was we decided, you know how I'm talking about doing all these shows all week? They're all going to just be psychic talk shows. In other words, they're not going to be a custom like special name show on the Psychic Talk network. It's going to be our daily, we're just going to call them our daily shows, Psychic Talk, you know? And these are the ones where we're going to invite a lot of our psychic advisors, members of the guild, and so forth to pop on with us. The Tarot Today show is going to go, on hiatus. What we're going to do with that is when we do a really cool interview with a famous tarot author or deck creator or something like that, or they have a new course coming out, or um, anything along those lines where it's something about tarot that's actually happening now. So it's Tarot Today. For those of you on the radio, you don't see me doing air quotes, but I'm doing air quotes. So it's Tarot Today. So doesn't that make sense? The Tarot Today shows are going to be about cool things happening in tarot, in the tarot world today. And there'll be more like interviews, or maybe it's a new reading method, or we're looking at a new deck, or a new way of looking at tarot, or something along those lines. That's what we're going to do with the Tarot Today shows. But everything else is just going to be Psychic Cafe, except for our, I call them custom shows. So when a host comes on the network, you can either come in the network as a general co-host, and there's a membership level for that. Actually, you can pay monthly and have a show be on a show every week. But if you want your own custom show, it's your show with its own name, like Sharona's Magic Universe, or Catherine's, what's Catherine's again?
Catherine's
Compassionate Light.
Compassionate Light.
Compassionate Light. Yeah, I had to think there for a second myself. And The Angelic View with Maria Moss. You see how that's their own custom show. It's them and their show.
Michelle's Mystic Corner.
Yes, yes. So that costs more to have a custom show. But if you want,
we'll have to talk later.
yes, we'll have to talk. Okay. We'll have to talk later. Yeah. So Catherine has a weekly show. I'm trying to think who else is weekly. Wisdom of the Soul with Janice.
Yeah.
So they're paying for a weekly show, and that's the highest amount. Now, Mary used to do a crystal show once a month, and so that rate was I think it was like $47 a month. Now the Magic Universe and the Angelic View are twice a month, so they're a little more, and then the weekly one is the most. But we also have lower than that once a month custom show where you can become a co-host on the network and be on shows. And the difference is that you're on our generic daily psychic talk shows. You don't have a fixed schedule necessarily. You're on like every Thursday, although that's could happen, but it's not part of the custom aspect. That's why the custom shows are more expensive. Anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. Let's take another call. I'm just going to let you take this call.
Okay.
To speed things up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the question in the chat. the next question in the chat. So
Okay.
let's bring on area code 780. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dax, it's Jay calling from Canada. Welcome to the new year. And
Hey,
Michelle,
Jay,
too.
Happy New Year.
How are you today?
Welcome.
From that far off, foreign, far away
Foreign
Yada.
land.
Yada. Like Vivian in the
I'm
chat.
warm and cozy, Michelle. That's where I am right now.
Warm and
Oh.
cozy.
And we're all cold and snowed in.
Yep.
Yeah, we just got a little bit cold here, so yeah.
Oh, I just saw in the chat,
But,
Michelle, I wanted to let you know, Charlotte says, currently working on it. Yeah, so she wanted to let us know she's working on the course.
Oh, good. Good, Charlotte. You need to.
So you take this one with Jay.
Okay, Jay, what is your question today?
good one. I've been watching a movie, and there was flamingos in this movie, and it was really interesting. They were in a pool, and then they flew off, and then we finished the movie with my coworker, and then on my screensaver at my office computer, there's a pink flamingo on there. It says, I wonder what the sign is for that. I was looking for, I see what it means, but I'm not sure how I understand it. So just wonder what your interpretation through tarot is for those signs.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pink flamingos.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have pulled the Page of Cups, which, again, with the emotions. And then this one, there is a little girl holding a cup, and she is surrounded by water, which to me indicates that there is a lot of love going on somewhere. Because the next card I pulled is the Ten of Cups, which is about a family and celebration. So maybe you have some family you need to be in contact with. And then
remaining family, yeah.
And then the last card I pulled was the King of Wands, which I have seemed to be pulling him a lot today. So there is some action. What I'm seeing is that there is some action you need to take, that maybe you need to contact somebody in your family, because somebody might be trying to, maybe they're just thinking about you and they don't realize that they're trying to get a hold of you. And you're being told that maybe you need to contact somebody that you haven't spoken to in a long time. And that now is the time to step into that role of getting a hold of your family member and seeing if you can reconnect.
Off the take for 2024.
That's what I am getting from this reading.
Hope that helped you out there. We got to get going. We're like, my God, it's just flying along.
Okay.
But hey, Jay,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wanted to thank you for calling in here in the beginning of the year.
You're welcome.
Always great when you
I
pop
just took
in.
a look at your website.
Oh, you see the new one?
You're welcome. I enjoyed your website. Yeah, it's actually really nicely organized. If you do a little bit more, like getting some of the menus down and things, that I think it'd be a really good website to for anybody, because it's pretty well organized compared to your last one that you had, and it's
right.
I think you'd do better with it. Yeah. great
Yeah.
URL for it. And yeah, I was looking for the coffee thing. I'd found it, so I'll donate
Oh,
some
when you,
coffee.
oh,
Maybe
thank you.
$10.
You.
When you
Yeah,
said the last
promise.
one, do you
So
mean
yeah,
the Tarot Guild website, thetarotguild.com or psychictalk.net?
no, the tarot
The
guard.
Tarot Guild one,
Go.
yeah.
The
So
tarot.
that was built
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
the Ning platform, which is also a set social networking community platform like the one that Psychic Cafe is built on. But Psychic Cafe is a platform built on WordPress, whereas Ning is not. And I just had so many technical issues in the behind the scenes stuff with that website where you couldn't get it to do the things you wanted to do. Whereas with this new one,
Yeah, yeah.
it's ultimately at its core WordPress, so you can use any WordPress plugin, you can make any functionality you want, and plus it's it's a more modern design and so forth. And I'm only just getting started on it. I mean, like 2/3 of the pages aren't even built yet, but all the functionalities there, like friending other people and instant messaging, private messaging, creating groups, events, blog posts, all that's on there, and all the functionality of your profile and everything like that. I need to start adding in things like membership levels and uh subscription for that and everything. And then
Yeah.
I'm going to do a page for the Tarot Guild. I'm going to do a page for the Psychic Talk Network. Um, and then lots and lots of groups on different interests, astrology. That's another thing, folks. If you want to start a group and start conversations about numerology, astrology, animal communications, Reiki, crystals, anything that even vaguely, fits in our genre, go ahead and join Psychic Cafe and you can start those conversations and help us out with the website.
Yeah, it's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential there for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for the call, Jay.
Yeah.
And hope to talk to you real soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thanks for good for the reading, and everybody else online. Just be calm and be careful in the moment, and see how 2024 transforms itself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. And set those intentions now, create the foundations. That's what the numerology and the card of the day was all about today. One thing at a time, block it all out. Oh, and I was going to say, if we don't get to you today, hey, we'll be back tomorrow. In fact, Michelle, let's see if we can go even faster and just,
Yep.
really snap out the readings, maybe go back and forth, maybe start earlier in the show. We're going to try a bunch of different things over these shows over the next week. By the way, if you're one of our regular listeners, regular callers, now you can call in. You don't have to wait till the next weekend, call in during the week. Let's see, what else was I going to say? I guess that's good for that. But I did want to get to Danny's question. He's been waiting a while in the chat about, he's got an interesting question. This is really interesting. And then, we also have a question from, who was it? I lost it. It's Red. Red Rum Kitty. So I'm just going to call them Red. Got a question there about what's attached to red. Oh, that's an interesting question too. But Danny's question, hey guys, need some guidance. My childhood home burned down to the ground yesterday. Oh my God. So sorry for that, Danny. Although I haven't lived there for a decade, from my own experience and the experience of those that currently lived there, my father's spirit was still there. What happened to his spirit now that the house is gone? That's always an interesting question. Is it the physical ground or the structure? From my experience, it's the structure. So the structure burns down. Let's pull a card here and see. Oh, right off the bat, look at that. Beautiful. So that is the Six of Swords. Six is the success number in numerology. Also, it's, as we discussed earlier, hearth and home, return to balance and harmony after the chaos of five. So there's all that nurturing energy, right? And so, what your father wants you to know, and he's moved on, okay? But when I looked at this card, Michelle, right away, river Styx, crossing the river Styx.
Mm-hmm.
It's so obvious. It's like, okay, finally he was able to move on. Maybe he wanted to be there. Alternatively, maybe when he passed, he didn't know how to move on. Because and sometimes entities get stuck, whether they're humans passing over or some other kind of entity gets stuck like on people and stuff like that, which, hey, might be what's going on with Red. We'll find out in a second. But that's what's going on with that, is that sometimes they get stuck, and then when the structure's gone, though, that frees them, which is
Right.
really cool. Other times they find other ways to move on, or they're helped to move on. But in this case, that's what I think is going on. I didn't even have to pull any more cards. The perfect card came up for that. The perfect card. And then I'm going to do one more from the chat, and then we'll go back to the phone lines. Because there was that question from Red. Hey there. I love how Red puts this. Was wondering what I have attached to me and how many. Annoying that I'm getting super tired of their little reindeer games. All my Claire's kicked in last year, so that probably opened me up. Yeah. So that sounds like a typical thing. That's what happens. Um, if you're not prepared for it, you open up all the channels. It can happen not just with your Claire's, but energy centers, chakras. It's usually a good thing, but a lot of times it actually opens you up to attachment. Anyway, and this is just, from what I've heard. I am not an expert on any of this stuff. Okay, just letting you know. So what's going on here with that? So right off the bat, this is, look at the expression on his face there. Okay, so this isn't something malevolent. This is something jester like. He's enjoying himself. I'm getting potentially two, because in addition to that guy, there's a juvenile energy. That doesn't mean that they're that young necessarily. It just means that that's the kind of outlook and attitude that they have with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it's potentially two. My initial gut instinct was one. And so that this card is just defining the energy of this guy. So it's just one person with this attachment. But then when I reread Red's question, and I had missed the part about how many, then I thought, well, could be two. But you'll be able to detach. It's going to require, okay, so 5 of Wands. There's that chaos energy. Okay, it's going to require that type of energy to break free. Also, a lot of times with the 5 of Wands, it's like working with multiple people. Okay. Five's the chaos energy, and then 5 is also the timing card. So it's it can be as quick as 5 days. It might take 5 weeks, but it's more likely 5 days. Could be 5 hours if you found the right person to help you right now. But I'm thinking about 5 days. That's what I'm getting on that. I hope that helps you out, Red. Let's go back to the phone lines and see who's on there. If you guys have any more questions, pop them in there. We're going a little long with the show today, but hey, we're having a good time. I don't know. I'm having
Mhm.
fun, right, Michelle?
Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we were always keeping it at an hour with all of our shows, except for Catherine always wanted 120 minutes on the timer. Well, now I'm just putting 120 minutes on all the timers. Now it doesn't mean we're going to be on for 2 hours, but I'm just going to do longer shows because it's like we're always rushing to get through material, rushing to get, through readings, advertisements, talking about the shows, talking about the guild, rush to get through things. And I don't want to be rushed anymore. And
Yeah.
now I don't have to because
Nope.
we're doing these other shows and different co-hosts. And yeah. So let's see. We don't have an area code for this caller, so I'm just gonna bring their mic hot and I'm gonna say, hello, you're on Psychic Talk. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, caller.
Hi, this is Donna. And hi, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we're hearing you fine. Donna?
Hello. It's called Donna. Yeah, and I'm calling from Ontario.
Wow, what's with all the
Oh,
Canada calls today?
yeah.
I'm loving this. So
Mhm.
so Donna, our past host, Vivian Aubin, is in the chat. She's going to join us for the anniversary show next Saturday. She is in Canada, and I just feel like she must be pulling the energy,
Mhm.
Yeah,
pulling all the
probably. Because
Canada.
it's cold, everybody's.
That's true too. It's so cold, everybody's inside and listening to.
Mhm.
So that could be it. What do you want to chat about? Do you have a question, or you just want to talk? What's up?
I do. I'm sort of at a bit of a precipice, and I'm wondering what the next opportunity is.
Cool. Do you have like a couple of different directions you could go in, or not at all, and you just want to see what comes up?
Hmm. I'd like to see what comes up, and that's
Cool.
probably a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Why don't you pull Michelle, and then I'm gonna check the chat again, and I will
All right.
pull. I'm gonna pull some cards too for Donna, and if it's important, we'll go with that. If it's not, I'll just let you do it.
Okay. So I got the Emperor,
Mm-hmm.
which of course is the father figure. He is about stability, he's about strength. um, I also got the Ace of Cups, which is about a new beginning. And then I also got the High Priestess. I'm sorry, the High Priest, also known as the Hierophant. I know some decks, are different. That's the High Priest. And so, what I am seeing is that there is an opportunity for you to be having. You need to really look into what that means. You have a lot of tools at your disposal. So, what you really need to do is look at what it is that you really want to do. What is your heart telling you? What does your heart really want that is the most important to you? Maybe make a list and write down pros and cons until you whittle down what it is that is calling to you. And then you can start jumping into and taking action on what it is that is the opportunity that's presenting itself to you. Because you know in your subconscious what it is, but your conscious may not know, and you might have to just pull that out. And I know for me personally, sometimes to pull that out, I have to write it down. And I have to write down, well, what do I like about this? What don't I like about this? Is this going to be beneficial? Is this not going to be beneficial? And then, do I have all the resources? Do I have all the tools? Do I have the ability to do this? And then you can really see what opportunity you do have, and that's the one you really want to look into. And that's what I am seeing for you for today. And I really hope that helps you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have to think about it. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, sorry, I was having a technical problem with my camera here. Let me get back on here real quick. Just to add to that, really quick for Donna, I was having all kinds of weird things happening. My studio is refreshing, and I'm like, why is it doing that? But I got the same thing with you. Similar to what you got with the ace, because you got an ace and I got the ace of wands.
Oh,
It's all about going with that fiery energy. Look at that dragon. I just love that.
beautiful.
I gotta start using this deck again, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
So go with that fiery energy, whatever you're passionate about, it's all about that. And in addition to what you're passionate about, I got the 3 of Cups. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here. Cups is emotions. So what we're looking at here is what you're passionate about and simultaneously what is emotionally fulfilling. That's the key. The key is to not find the next career or just job muggle job.
Right.
It's not about even starting your own business that, oh yeah, I can make a lot of money starting this pressure washing business. I know I can make a ton of money as a pressure washer. Are you emotionally fulfilled by pressure washing? No. Okay. So, that's my point. It's not starting a business, switching careers, advancing in your current career, finding the next job. It is what is emotionally fulfilling. And also, how does that happen? Surrounding yourself with other like people, not just whomever. And by the way, I'm finding that with my own businesses. I'm finding that with the guild, with Psychic Talk, the Psychic Talk Network, with the new Psychic Cafe. That's what I want. I want people that get the vision, that get the idea that we can use Psychic Cafe and the Psychic Talk Network as practitioners from the Tarot Guild and from other spheres to advance us all. So instead of, Michelle, you have your website floating out in the ether here somewhere, and I have mine over here, and we're trying to get traffic there. And instead of doing that, we bring a bunch of people together on one website that's made for community interaction, Psychic Cafe. And then that opens up opportunities for all of us.
Exactly.
And that people that get why we do the radio shows and the YouTube lives and get how that's useful and how we should be doing things and things along those lines, and not worrying about the people that aren't aligned emotionally and passionate wise, the passion energy from the fire, from the wands. Look how they're holding hands in this version of the 3 of Cups. In Wade Smith, they're dancing and holding up their goblets, which happens actually at the bottom here. But I like how they're holding hands and still kind of dancing, but they're holding hands. And that's what we need is partnerships and people that get you, and just people you like being around and like being around you. It's not all about the bottom line. It's not all about the almighty dollar.
Right.
So that's what I'm getting for you, Donna, is to keep all that in mind. And there is an opportunity.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what comes Oh, there is an opportunity. Doing
Yeah,
what?
well, because I got the ace and so did Michelle. It's not telling us exactly what. We'd have to do much longer reading, but it's showing us that it's there. Okay. And hey, when we have more time, we can pull more cards. One thing is, like, Michelle and I are going to be here for a few days. So, call in on the next show. And so, if we only have a couple of minutes we can spend with each caller or each question in the chat. The way I look at it is like, okay, if you only get the first part of your question out on this show, call in tomorrow and get the other part. So if you want us to specifically look at what those aces were about, call us back tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday or something. Anyway, we're gonna start doing shows more frequently. But thanks for that call.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yep. And we will chat with you soon. And I think Donna's been on here before, I'm pretty sure. Was there another question in the chat? I don't think so. Someone was asking for the phone number though. 714-816-4628. I have to, I used to always do the bottom scroll with the information, and then I stopped doing that because I thought it was kind of overkill. But I think I need to bring it back. It's so that's what I'm do for next show. I think I'm going to get rid of some of our logos and just, what do you think of that, Michelle? So
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
like, I have all the logos up so people realize that this is about the Tarot Guild. It's about Psychic Talk. It's about Psychic Cafe. But well, I might keep them up, or I might put them back up for next Saturday when we have the end, because
Right.
anniversary is for all the things. But I think for some of our shows coming up, it's just going to be the Psychic Cafe logo, and then I'm going to do a scroll on the bottom there with the phone number, because I always, for 1,000 shows, I had the phone number up, and then this show I take it down and someone asks what
Right.
invariably is going to happen, isn't it? Let me see. Oh, real quickly, Kaylee or Chaley in the chat, that was the one was asking about the call-in number, which I typed in. Kaylee says, will Daniel ever come back? I'm just going to do a quick one on that. Really quick. Oh, okay. Okay. So the seven of coins. Wait, gotta bring my camera back up. 7 of coins. Look at the expression on her face. I mean, right away, it looks like, hey, yes, this is a very, very strong possibility. But warning from the tarot, the devil card. What do we attach to? Okay, so with this person, with Daniel, you are attached to the way things were. And you know the old saying, we can never go back. Well, when you break up with people, or when they fade out of your life, or what have you, they can come back, but you can never go back to the way things were. But there's hope for the future if you focus on, because I got the Star card. Yes, there is hope for the future. And what that involves is starting from scratch. It has to be like a brand new relationship. You get that, Michelle, I can tell.
I do.
So we're gonna go now. Oh, and he's a Capricorn. Okay. I think Vivian, I don't know if Vivian's still there. It looked like she said she had to go, but come join us next Saturday, Vivian. I hope she's going to be there. Just checking here real quick. See if I see any. I don't think there's any more questions in there. So we'll pop back over to the phone lines. Area code 203 has been waiting the longest. Hello, 203. Are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your name?
It's Pat. I'm calling from Connecticut, and Happy New Year to you.
Wow, it's Connecticut and Canada show.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
love that. Happy New Year to you too, Pat. This is fun.
Happy New Year.
I'm having
Thank
way
you
too
so-
much fun.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you
do
so
some-
much. Thank
Do
you
some
so much.
shuffling.
Could I ask you a question?
Yep. Go right ahead. Whatever you want to chat about
Okay.
or ask about.
I have been single for, believe it or not, 35 years. And
Woo!
I'm finally ready to have my perfect everything companion, love, like friendship, relationship, because I'm 70. So I would love to have that come into my life.
Righty.
It's only been the past year or two that I've wanted this. So been sort of meditating on it and saying I'm ready for it.
You go first, Michelle.
Okay.
I'm already getting good cards and stuff. I'm so
Well, I
Oh, good.
have the Eight of Wands,
ooh, quickly.
which is a very beautiful card.
Happening
Which
quickly.
shows, yeah, I see which could happen within a week, maybe or two, maybe within 8
I'm
months.
liking that.
And then I have the Seven
Okay,
of
I see.
Pentacles, which shows a very handsome man coming in. And then I have the Queen of Cups. And she is very beautiful and very happy. And she looks like she's sitting in a shell.
That's a nice version. I like this shell. What was the card before that you said?
The
The guy?
Seven of Pentacles.
Oh,
Oops.
I can't see him. Oh, there.
There we go.
Go to your right, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, there
I
you go. Gotcha. Okay.
And so I see that this could happen in a very short amount of time. You could meet someone. I see
That's
you
good.
just have to put yourself out there. Let people know you are interested.
Okay.
It's time to sing your siren song. That's what I see in the Queen.
Okay.
Oh, I get you.
Great.
I get you. Oh. Let me take a look here and see what I'm getting here.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, so Pat, I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to do the same thing I did with that previous caller where I pull cards. I'm looking for
Right. Yeah, that's interesting.
looking for court cards, see if anybody shows up. Okay. So
Yeah.
we've shuffled, gonna pull some card. Michelle.
Yes.
Very first card.
Oh, a court card?
I mean, King of Swords, Pat. King of Swords.
Yep, the King of Swords.
Okay.
So, unlike the
Okay.
other caller where I was pulling cards going off into the future, I was already at spring, almost summer before, nobody showed up actually at all. I just stopped.
Right.
I wasn't going to go out 20 cards.
Yeah.
With you, the very first card I pulled was someone coming in. And this person, okay, so
in a short amount of time.
in this
Wow.
in this deck, I think that's the Knight of Swords.
Mm.
I think I said King of Swords.
KN. Yeah, KN would be Knight.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because he doesn't use the standard right.
Right.
He doesn't write it across the whole thing, Knight of Swords, like in most decks. He just has the KN. And I get confused between the I don't even know what it says for King. Maybe KG on there. Anyway, so I haven't read. I've been using the gold foil deck, and I haven't been reading with this deck for like months and months and months and months. So bear with me here. So there's this Knight coming in, and because it's swords, that's that air energy. We're looking at maybe a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius coming in, and he's either a contemporary or I want to say he's younger. Maybe
That's
not,
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
but maybe he could be chronologically younger, but maybe not. Maybe more like youthful outlook. You know,
Great.
he's 70 or
Yeah.
even older, 75, but he's ready for that relationship. You are, right? So has that
Good.
more adolescent, young man kind of outlook. And then I get the Six of Cups. Again with the cups, emotional satisfaction. Now the six is success, which means it's going to happen. And then
Wow.
the Six of Cups, six is success in numerology, but with the Six of Cups, that particular card is the nostalgia card. So
Interesting.
I would not be surprised if somebody pops up from your past,
Hmm.
recent or extremely long ago, because often the nostalgia card is talking about age 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe
Oh,
early.
wow. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, way back. Way back. I don't even know if you have friends from back that far, but or it's somebody from your past that gets you in touch with the person that then comes in the Knight of Swords. And it can happen
Could
it can happen in 6 days, just like Michelle was talking about.
wow.
Because 6 is the timing
My
card.
goodness, I better clean
Yep.
up.
So you better, yeah, you better
Wow.
clean house
Yep.
and start getting with your old girlfriends that you've had for years and years and years and years, and find out, that guy they know at church.
Okay.
Yep.
To me, and by the
Could it
way, I tell everybody this, Pat. Everybody with these same kind of questions, especially if they a lot of times they don't ask me about timing, and I just throw it out there. But when they specifically ask about, this is the thing. It could be 6 days, it could be 6 weeks, it could be 6 months. It's all up to you. We are in control of that.
Okay.
You know, if you hem and you
Interesting. Okay.
haw and you don't
Okay.
take action, it's going to be 6 months.
Right. Right. Okay. Could the sixth one, could that possibly be the only time I was ever truly, truly unconditionally in love, when I was 18? That goes way, 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 way back.
Mhm.
He won't come back into my life as far as I know, but is it saying that that kind of love is coming back? Because that's really,
It could be something
I sort
like
of like
that.
haven't been the same. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
anytime I entered into a relationship, I'd end up saying, it's nothing, nowhere near what I knew. So it kind of kept me single.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
listen, this is a good day.
Oh, it's
It
great.
was raining before the
I'm gonna.
sun came out, and this. So I got to call you back and let you know.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So let's look. I just want to look, because of some of the things you said. I want to see what comes up here. Oh, okay. We figured it out.
Ah,
King's K in this deck. Okay, it's the King of Swords. So he's the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. It's the same person showing up again. 3 of Wands, your ship coming in, literally. Now in
Right.
numerology, 3 is creativity and communication. So okay, this answers my question. The reason why I wanted to pull more cards, Pat, because you were talking about how is this going to happen, and you mentioned that the lost love from, like, I'm 18, and like, well, they're not just going to magically come back into your life. Yes, that's what this is the answer. You have to become creative,
I know.
and you have to do the
Okay.
communication. You have to do the outreach. This is not going to happen on its own. And then I got the Tower card. Now, the Tower card is, well, most people look at it as fast, like unexpected things crashing down on us, happening unexpectedly. For me, the Tower is a shift in foundations. So this showing up right next to that creativity and communication You have to shift your foundations. Old beliefs that are holding you back from attaining this,
Yeah.
you need to let go of.
Yeah.
You need to change your perspective. Any
Yeah.
beliefs, anything that's blocking you, you need to have a different outlook and a different set of beliefs, even about yourself, about how relationships work, about how a relationship can even start, even meeting people.
Right.
Your preconceived notions of how that happens needs to go out the window, and you need to
Yeah.
start fresh.
Mm.
So I hope that helped you out.
That's wonderful. Oh my goodness, this was just amazing. I'm working on that big time. And I also literally have gotten down to the foundation 0. So I'm starting again. It was a depression that got me there. And now it's like, wow, okay, interesting, start all over. But I feel like I can do it now. And I'm going to call you back and let you know this was a wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful reading. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
so we have to remember
Happy New Year.
Pat, because when she's going to call back in and says, she's going to go, you will not believe what happened.
We are looking forward to it.
Thanks, Pat.
Oh, thank you so
Pat.
much.
Happy New Year, and I hope she calls back soon. And speaking of that, everybody write down the phone number, 714-816-4628. You can call in up to 15 minutes prior to the broadcast. So tomorrow it's going to be 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. in the United Kingdom. So 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. my time, which I'm currently on Mountain Time, Denver, Phoenix. So that's 1 p.m. Central, Amarillo, Texas, Chicago, I think, things like that. New York time, East Coast time, 2 p.m. And then London is going to be 7 p.m. in the UK. 15 minutes before that start time, you can start calling into the show. That's why I'm saying write down 714-816-4628, because if we didn't get to your call today, call in tomorrow and get to the front of the line. And Michelle, what's the other way they get to the front of the line?
By pushing number 1.
Right?
Oh.
That's how they tell us they want to be online.
That's right.
But what did we reveal today that is the super secret way? Buy us a cup of coffee. Go to.
Well, that's right. If you buy us a cup of coffee, we will take your call immediately.
So if you're calling in, because we have to end the show, we've been 2 hours. If you, yeah. So see how time flies. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you're planning on calling in tomorrow and want to be in the first 1 or 2 calls, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee, buy Michelle and I a cup of coffee, and
90 seconds.
We'll get your name there, and you can always message us and on the website. Join the website, go to our pages, message us, say, hey, I bought you a cup of coffee. I'm going to be on area code 512 tomorrow. And, we'll bring you right on. First thing, no waiting, beginning of the show. How about that?
Yep.
Awesome sauce. Well, we're about to stop streaming, so we better really get out of here. And I've got to start the outro music.
60 seconds.
And we stop. This was fun, Michelle.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.